Angels, this is the love reading. I tried to wait and give people a chance to see the general reading first, but it looks like YouTube has probably shown it to all the people it's going to show it to. So let's get on with it before we get any deeper into the week. So I realized that I forgot to talk about Mercury in Capricorn and Mars in Sagittarius yesterday. So I want to do that right now before I do the cards so that we have an idea how Mars in Sagittarius or Mercury in Capricorn may affect our love lives. And then we'll get right into it. So we're starting with Mars in Sagittarius. I think that's the way. Actually, I think they both happen the same day. They do. Today. Today they happen. December 13th. My ex's birthday. Tommy's birthday. Okay, so at 4:53 a.m., Mars entered Sagittarius, 0 degrees Sagittarius, and at 12:52 p.m., Mercury entered Capricorn. So we'll do Mars and Sagittarius first. Eager, optimistic, and limitless from www.tarot.com. Driven and assertive Mars is quite happy in this energetic, fiery sign of Sagittarius. Mars is the planet of action. He represents our initiative and the ways in which we push ahead. And while he moves through the sign of this aspiring archer, the sky is the limit. Everything is bigger while Mars moves through Sagittarius. We want more during this transit. We want to reach, to expand, and to explore. We want to go further than we ever have before. When we can't find what we need in our current lives, Mars in Sagittarius steps in to help us to look beyond our present limitations and realize the vast possibilities that are available to us. Sagittarius, the archer, is optimistic and capable and doesn't see the same boundaries that everyone else sees. While motivated Mars blazes through this sign, we all get a taste of Sagittarius's expansive way of life. Things shine a little brighter and we're able to see possibility where we couldn't see it before. Mars in Sagittarius not only has a vision, but also has the drive to turn that vision into something real. We can approach obstacles with optimism and enter new territory with the confidence of someone who's been there before. We may feel less focused on the present moment during this transit, though, because we're paying so much attention to what comes next. There's also a danger of going overboard while Mars is in Sagittarius. We are impulsive and more likely to take risks and may take things way too far if we don't remember moderation. Mars in Sagittarius wants us to take it all in: people, places, feelings, knowledge, beliefs. It's a time to seek the truth, so we cannot be closed off. We must remain open because the answers we need could be anywhere. Learning about different belief systems and philosophies helps us to realize there is no one right way of living and connecting. The further we reach and the more we seek to know, the more we understand ourselves and the things that happen in our lives. There's no better time to travel than during Mars and Sagittarius, but this isn't about a relaxing trip to the beach. It's about finding something that's beyond us. It's about having experiences that expand our minds and hearts and realizing there is so much more to this world than we know. However, traveling far and wide doesn't have to mean leaving the country or even our hometowns. Cracking open a few books on a new subject, signing up for a class, or spending time with people from other cultures can help to satisfy this urge to expand and explore too. It goes on to talk about what it means if you were born with Mars in Sagittarius. You're interested in reading that. Again, I got it from www.tarot.com. Moving on to Mercury in Capricorn. Powerful, practical, efficient. When Mercury enters practical Capricorn, our thoughts come down to earth. Our ideas are realistic and communication becomes very clear. Mercury is the planet that rules our minds and influences the way that we think and speak. Because Capricorn is one of the most conservative signs of the zodiac, Mercury's transit here puts a methodical, rational spin on our thought processes and interactions. While this may not seem like the most exciting time, Mercury in Capricorn is full of benefits and the timing couldn't be better. This transit always happens near the new year, blessing us with grounded, goal-oriented energy to help us to make and keep our resolutions. We want to know if your Mercury is in Capricorn. They have some sort of free essential birth report. Free essential birth report sample now. Again, this is on the www.tarot.com page. I didn't realize it wasn't part of what I was supposed to be reading. Anyway, Capricorn is the businessman of the zodiac, with its sights set on efficiency and success. While Mercury spends time here, we're inspired to think and to act in ways that will help us to reach our goals. Capricorn's influence clears up our thoughts, helping us to hone in on the most important and fruitful ideas. We're also able to be more direct in our communication during this transit, cutting down on misunderstandings and wasted time. One of the biggest benefits during Mercury in Capricorn is the building of ideas. The many thoughts that run through our minds are easier to organize, and we can see them like puzzle pieces, arranging them until they fit together in the way that makes the most sense. Once we can see our ideas as a solid form, we're able to take action and to turn them into reality. While we tend to be straightforward during this transit, we must be aware of the tone that we take when interacting with others. Capricorn is acutely aware of hierarchies, which means that conversation may become more controlling than constructive. We all think our ideas are the best during Mercury in Capricorn, but if we spend too much time worrying about who's in charge, we won't end up getting much done. And it goes on to talk about what it means if Mercury is retrograde in Capricorn, which I believe will happen a little closer to January. So we'll read that another time. And of course, if you were born with Mercury in Capricorn, in which case you may want to read about it. All right, so now let's get into the cards. Oh, well, the dice actually first. Let's see. We're starting with sex, forget it, and buy shoes. Spirit still says sex. Spend money. And it's 50-50. The cards we're starting with the Ten of Pentacles. It's the card of inheritance, the card of just worth and value and family and legacy and stability and security. And in love can be about taking the next step, going to the next level, whatever that is for you. And for some of you, it may be moving in together, because we also have the Chariot immediately behind the Ten of Pentacles, also upright. So you may be deciding to purchase your first home with your mate, or move into their place, or they're moving into your place, or you're finding a place together to move into, or you're moving into the next stage of your relationship. Now, on their own, or on its own at least, the Chariot can be about like moving too fast, maybe. Either you may be in like a hurry to rush the relationship, or somebody may be trying to do that to you, and you should probably try to slow down if you can. And together, with that in mind, for somebody this could be, or maybe a couple people, this could be about, yes, making that next step, but maybe it's a little bit too hastily and we need to slow down. Maybe we just started dating, not that long ago, and we shouldn't be moving in together just yet. Anyway, and when I say shouldn't, I don't know, based on whatever, because I really don't care what other people think, but there is a reason, apparently, that maybe we shouldn't. The Chariot most directly represents the sign of Cancer. The next card is the Ace of Wands. It is in reverse. So that would also indicate like a need to hold things up or a delay. Wands are about movement as well. King of Swords, that could be Mercury maybe. Just talked about Mercury moving into Capricorn. New overall energy is Major Arcana card 4, the Emperor. The Queen of Swords behind him in reverse. So the card that that represent the fire signs in love this week, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, is the Nine of Cups. Woo! Very nice. The card that will most directly represent the earth signs this week, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The High Priestess in reverse. Still nice. Air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The Fool in reverse. Makes sense for us. And last but not least, the water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Four of Cups in reverse. Nice. If you're gonna get the Four of Cups in reverse is best, and our overall energy is also a 4. As a reminder, it is the Emperor. I'll just put him like that. And the Emperor in love can be about somebody, you falling for someone who's older than you right now, or maybe they are like super organized and you're kind of sloppy and disoriented, or vice versa. The person is likely to be attracted to order and to logic. The other person, they're probably the Emperor, and to this organization, and the attraction may not necessarily be mutual between you, like, at least it's in the strength or in the same way. But if you're patient and maybe even a little bit persistent, then it is likely to grow and develop. A lot of people like to focus on the fireworks and stuff that they experience in their relationships in the beginning, and that is, that can be a great feeling. But then sometimes when that wears off, you realize there's nothing, as opposed to a relationship that develops and gets stronger over time, and is based on a real connection. So just keep that stuff in mind. Also, he may represent the planet Mars, and we do have that transit with Mars entering Sagittarius this week, so that could be why he's showing up. Mars is also the ruler of the signs of Aries and Scorpio, may have something to do with one of those signs, and can also be representative for me, at least in my readings, of, like a mature gentleman, as they say, maybe a divorcee, a widower, or a man with children, maybe never married but he has children, or divorced and has children and stuff like that. It's like a father figure, the type of person you think of, like they have their stuff together. He has a good job, and he's pretty secure and stable. So with that in mind, moving on to the card that most directly represents the fire signs, like Aries, as well as that of Leo and Sagittarius, we have the Nine of Cups. It's a really nice card. This card can be a very, very good omen for your love life. If you're already in a relationship, then it's really possible that it'll deepen, get stronger, like we saw with the Ten of Pentacles and perhaps the Chariot. That combination just become a lot better. If you're single, then this is a great time for you to meet people. You should get out, mingle, have conversations with people, try to make friends, without being like married or tied to a particular outcome when you meet them. Like, you ever heard these people that say, well, I'm dating to marry? I mean, and I get the idea, but when you meet, can you take the time to like get to know somebody before you already have them behaving like they're going to marry you, or you're already behaving like you're going to marry them? It's a little weird for me. Anyway, this card sort of asks you, or suggests that you take your time and get to know people and have fun and enjoy. But it's the Nine of Cups. This is a wish fulfillment card about prayers being answered, wishes being granted, dreams coming true. So it could very well be that the person, or the type of person, or the type of relationship that you've been praying for, wishing for, hoping for, dreaming for, manifesting, coming to you now. Whether you're already coupled and it means that your relationship evolves into that, grows into that, gets better all of a sudden, or you meet somebody brand new. So moving on to the High Priestess in reverse and the Earth signs. Even in reverse, others are probably finding you very, very attractive right now, just like more attractive than usual. And we shouldn't ignore this, especially if we're single and we're looking. Then there's an opportunity to meet somebody. If you're already partnered, I mean, it's nice for your partner to be showing more interest in you too, as well as other people. The problem with the High Priestess, particularly when she's in reverse, and I guess if you are single and you're out there looking, is sometimes we can't judge like which of the attention is healthy and which is not. But just enjoy it and look forward to meeting people and developing something. Also, it asks or suggests that we because it can be difficult to figure out where others are coming from, that we ask and we, try to seek clarity rather than jumping to conclusions. Another thing about the High Priestess in reverse for me is that she can be about things like body dysmorphia, because she may not understand why everybody else is finding her attractive. So whether it's physical with something like body dysmorphia, or if it's some other area, like, I don't know why people are looking to me for this. If you find yourself feeling that way, then maybe do some introspection and figure out what other people are seeing, why they think you're so awesome and you seem not to. Could take it as an opportunity to get to know yourself a little bit better. The High Priestess most directly represents the sign of Gemini, perhaps a water sign in the traditional tarot. Moving on to Gemini, as well as Libra and Aquarius, we have the Fool in reverse. And actually, this card for me is most likely, or is most likened to Aquarius. And in my observation as an Aquarius moon myself, and Aquarius, a lot of stuff, my Mars is in Aquarius, my moon's in Aquarius. I have like 5 Aquarius placements, so I think I'm a fair judge of what the sign of Aquarius is like. And the Fool in reverse in a love question can show like that our desire for freedom or independence, to do our own thing and to not be ruled or controlled by other people, can sometimes outweigh our it can interfere in a relationship that we have already, or it can outweigh our desire to have a relationship, and maybe even subconsciously or unconsciously. Like, we could be saying that we want a relationship and why am I single, 1 minute, but at the same time, if you have it all together and you like need or want for nothing from another person, that you give that off, or people feel that, sense that, see that when you meet them, then they're likely to be like, oh, okay, well, this person's not really interested. And maybe you are interested, but it's, again, you're giving off this sort of thing like there's no room for anybody else in your life. So this is what we got to be careful of this week, air signs. If we are interested in meeting someone, or we are interested in our relationship the existing relationship developing and growing, then we may want to make it clear how we feel about the other person, or how we feel in terms of relationships, if we really want one or not, and then make room for another person in our lives if we do want one. Otherwise, it's just like you push people away, or you seem like, or sometimes you're in a relationship already, but you're like acting single to others that are looking in, including potentially your partner, And for you water signs, the good news for you guys is you may finally be ready to like move beyond, something from your past that was keeping you from having a relationship or having a healthy relationship or whatever. Just finally ready to look toward happier, more loving times in the future, and spending time thinking about what you really, really want in your life and how to go about getting it, and not going backward, moving forward in a healthy way, which is really nice. Now I'm going to take an additional look with these. What is this? The Magdalena deck. Beginning with an overall energy of the Lovers for everybody, which is nice. Lovers, of course, in the traditional tarot, most directly represents the sign of Gemini, just to see what other added messages there may be for each element. And for the fire signs, we have co-creation. So making something, making love, maybe there's a heart there in the middle. Could be tied to sex, as that we saw in the dice. Or, growing something with another person or other people. Could be a larger collaborative. Maybe you're poly. I don't know. Whatever. So for the earth signs, we have liberation. And I think that, especially for the Taurians, because you see the star there on the woman's forehead, like right over her third eye. So that's giving me the Aquarius. We have the Uranus, the ruler of the sign of Aquarius, located in Taurus. And I even see, is it me or is it like horns here? Also, that's given kind of Capricorn too. Is this a horn? I think so. And so I think it's, how earth signs are very traditional and sort of pragmatic. And I think it's liberation from that. And, in terms of loosening up a bit What was their other card? The High Priestess, yeah. Other people, again, are into you. You don't really get why. It's about shaking you up a bit. And maybe even for some, literally getting liberated again about like the body, the human body, and your sexuality and things like that. And dealing with that dysmorphia that you've been feeling, which can only help your love life. Air signs joining your Fool in reverse. We have transformation. We got a lot of the same colors. There's a lot of like dark blue and black and yellow in our Fool card, and the same thing is true in this transformation card. So this could be about us making a change. Also, there's like, because the card is in reverse, you see this water here. It's at the top, and the sky in this card looks like that water there. We may want to make a change again and make some room in our lives for another person. This can also be something having to do with a Scorpio or with Scorpio energy. Again, maybe also some coming from Mars. And then for the water signs, we got heart and soul. So again, you guys are ready to open up that heart chakra, or it's began to open, and you're ready for love again too. Not bringing your past baggage into your current situation, and not, consistently going backward, whether that is literally or metaphorically, into your past. Hope you guys have enjoyed the love reading this week. I will be back soon with the moon reading, the Gemini full moon reading. Namaste.